Oh, Braves fans, Falcon fans, ATL fans, welcome, welcome, welcome to the For My ATL Sports A1 Forever Sports Weekend Recap. We have my dog, my partner, Chris A1 Moore from A1 Forever Sports and 95 North and whoever the hell else podcast he's on. Brother Chris, how you
Yes, man.
doing?
Hey, man, I'm good. How about yourself? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. Hey, man, Braves came up a little short today, but they got one more victory and they're in, and we are going to
Right.
get all of that in just a second. But as far as the show goes, you know how we do. So right about now, we're going to cue the music. Here we go.
Hmm.
And we're live. Chris.
Yes,
So
sir.
much happening this weekend, man.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
got the Braves coming up a little short, but they did go on a 5 game win streak. And we got our Falcons that pulled it out, man. Coup from 58 yards from way downtown,
Yeah.
resulting in a victory over the hated New Orleans Saints. And I am here for it, sir. So, first and foremost, let's talk these Atlanta Braves. And if need be, we can get
Can you
into
hear
those.
me?
Chris, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can't see
Can
you.
you see me?
I cannot see you, but I can hear you.
Mm, Lord have mercy. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? What the baby gonna do?
As our friend,
Nah,
uh,
I know what I need, what I got going on. But like I said, man, honestly, since the storm had came through, man, my internet has been tripping. Like even when I'm watching movies and everything like that, it's just crazy. Um, I don't know if that's just gonna be the rest of the weekend type thing or what it is, but it's like everything just going slow. Sorry about that. But you was trying to ask me a question about the Falcons and the Braves. Ultimately, the Braves, like you just said, went on a 5 game win streak. Fell a little short today, but hey, it's hard, sweeping. It's hard sweeping. At the end of the day, I believe they set themselves up well because at the end of the day, the Braves still have in control of their own destiny. All they got to do is just take care of business in game 1 tomorrow, and they're in. That's all they got to do. I mean, they still have to play game 2, but it's just like you win, you take care of game 1. It doesn't matter what happens in game 2. I mean, you throw whoever you want out there. But yeah, and that's for the Falcons. Whoo! When I'm talking about, what I'm saying, trying to make that last drive, man, I say heart pumping because it's just like, man, we gotta have it. We gotta have this field goal. We gotta have some points, period. We do. We ain't have no timeouts, but the longest field goal in Mercedes-Benz Stadium history, 58 yarders, Young Way Cool for the win. Falcons 2-2 in the first quarter of the season. Ultimately, regardless of what we got to work on, we still got to look at it as a nice win because people had you going 0-4.
it's a great win, man. Now it was by the very skin of our teeth, but a win is a
Hmm.
win, and in the NFL, wins are hard to come by, and I'll take it. We're 2-2. We are entering the next stage or the second quarter of the NFL football season, and
Right.
told me when this started that the Falcons would be 2-2 in the first 4 games. I'd have signed up for it looking at the gauntlet that we had to go through. So I am okay with that.
Right.
I want to talk these Braves, man, and something that is really, 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 I don't want to say stuck in my craw, but I've really been thinking about. How do you feel about batting Ozzy second? Because I know how I feel about it. How do you feel?
Oh, oh,
You know,
honestly, when he first came back and he was batting, I seen him batting second. I was like, why? Because he's just coming back. I was expecting him to be like more toward the bottom of the lineup,
yep.
just so he can start getting his footing and everything. But honestly, that's just a testament to Snit just trusting him in that position, putting him back in his natural position and whatnot. Would I have done it? I don't know, because at the end of the day, I'm not Snit, but and honestly, I don't think I would, because again, he's just coming back. And you're gonna put him second in the lineup. I probably would have kept Soler there, but
Mm.
I'm not the skipper. It's not my decision. I think I might have would have put him like later on in the lineup. You don't even have to put him ninth or anything like that. You could have put him six or seven. You could have put him somewhere in that area, 6 or 7, and let him work his way. Let him work his way back up that way. I feel like the home run that he hit probably like kind of like was reinsurance. Like, oh yeah, he can stay right there. But I think we should have probably had him batting like 6 or 7. I could be wrong, but I mean, how do you feel?
I I understand why he did it, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
Because his thoughts probably were, and again, this is speculation. I have not spoken with Snit ever, so I can't for sure tell. But logically, he'd have to be thinking, okay, he's hitting in front of Ozuna. Ozuna's going to give him protection. In other words,
hmm,
because you're in front of Ozuna, you're probably going to get fastballs, right? So it's a
right,
lot easier to hit a fastball than it is a pitch with a wrinkle in it, like a changeup or a curveball or sweeper or whatever, right? You hit
right, right.
fastball counts, it's a lot easier. So that may have been what he was thinking. And then the other side is, okay, Jorge's a major league hitter. He can hit in the fifth hole. It's fine. I wouldn't have done it. And I wouldn't have done it because our lineup as it was structured was clicking. Okay, you got
Yeah,
Michael Harris, who's on fire. You put Jorge behind him, probably means Mike's going to get more fastballs. Because quiet as it's kept, Jorge is a killer at the plate. More to live for,
oh
said,
yeah, yeah. That's my cousin, man.
hey man, shout out to your cousin, man. Shout
Yes,
out.
sir. Yes, sir.
There. But yeah, and if it's me, no, I don't bet Ozzy there. I keep Soler there, and I probably hit Ozzy, like you say, fifth or sixth, and we figure it out. Ozzy, in my humble opinion, is definitely not a leadoff hitter, but
Yeah,
I like him in the number two spot. I don't know what his numbers are, but they would seem to be better at 5 or 6 or somewhere like that. So I don't like that. I'm not saying they had an impact on today's game.
hmm,
Um, did, but not necessarily because he was hitting two. Because guess what? He had two opportunities to drive in runs, and he couldn't do it today. I think he was
yeah,
open today, and I think outside a
yeah,
few
yeah. He didn't give you nothing.
here and there, right? I don't think he's done much, right? And you
Right,
and you
right,
you don't want to force like you. I think you talked about this offline. You don't want to outthink yourself, right? You don't want to outsmart.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. You don't.
yeah. So for me, if it's me, I'm batting him. I'm batting Jorge second. I'm
Mhm.
batting Ozzy fifth, and that's how we're gonna do it. Of course, I don't run the Braves. I'm not the general manager,
Yeah,
so
yeah. We just giving thoughts and ideas, and everything. Hey, real quick though, man, y'all make sure y'all check out my cousin, man. More to live for. Great channel. You know what I'm saying? He definitely trying to run it up to over 100K on the sub. So you know what I'm saying? Help the man definitely get there. Great content. Has all different type of content. It's not necessarily sport, but more so reality. So and
okay.
just know we always do have more to live for. So yeah, Check out that channel, man. Do yourself a favor and give a sub and a like and a comment over there.
Like, share, and subscribe to More to Live For on YouTube. And while you're at it, please also like, share, and subscribe to For My ATL Sports on YouTube because that's this channel. Anyway,
There you go.
So all right, you got the game tomorrow against the Mets. You got to play a doubleheader now because the Mets won and the Diamondbacks won. All you got to do is win one game tomorrow, right?
Just so happen they want to do that.
Right. Those bastards. Let's see. Cody should have hit Kelly in the 8th today. That seemed like a textbook move, in my opinion. You know what, Cody? I think Kelenic has been relegated to the bench, man. I really do.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We ain't seen or heard from Kelenic in a minute.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if they traded Kelenic in the offseason. Maybe package him with somebody else like an Elder or somebody to go and get a starting pitcher and just let Horse play left. Michael Harris play.
Now that's tough though, brother. Because I'm thinking like, what trade package? Like, no. Sorry, what starting caliber pitcher are you getting for Kelenic and Elder?
Okay, maybe it's Kelenic, Elder, and somebody that really hurts, like another minor league pitcher, somebody not named today, and not named Hurston. But we have others. We have others. We have others. But I'm saying maybe we could, because like I say, Kelenic could still figure it out. It's not like he hit 152. He hit 237. He did have his moments. He's an up and coming pitcher, and I just don't think that right now, if you got Jorge, which is all those home runs, you have Laureano who can come in for defense. You got Eli White. You really don't need Kelenic. You don't need him. You've got Jorge for at least 2 more years, if not 1 more. I think he signed a 3-year deal this year, so you've got him for at least 2 more years. You're definitely going to give Ozuna that $16 million bonus. So if it's me, go ahead.
You don't think that Ozuna may be moved in the offseason?
No.
I mean, just because you could sell high. Just a conversation. I'm not saying I want him gone. Just a conversation.
No, I don't, and I don't because Ozuna has carried this team. And don't get me wrong, Soler is
big bear, man.
Soler is great, but Ozuna has carried us. And can you imagine a lineup coming back next year, bro? Of Acuna, Soler, Ozuna, Matt Olson, Austin. What's Austin
Riley? Austin Riley.
That top 5. Ozzy. I mean, bro. Yeah. I mean, think about it. You got wait a minute.
You still like you have options. Michael Harris.
So you got Acuna, Soler, Ozuna, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Michael Harris, Ozzy Albies, and then the catcher, whoever the catcher is. But bro,
you got Sean Murphy, but you also got the young kid that RJ was telling us about. Waiting in the wings too. So I mean, he could come up and do some things. I don't know if what's going to happen with d'Arnaud. I know I've been hearing about possible retirement in the grapevine. I don't know about that at all. But the catcher, you can end up having a trio at catcher for real, and it doesn't even matter who rounds out the lineup because all the names that comes before it is just like. Sheesh. And indeed. And this is absolutely right. When the Braves are healthy, they're hard to beat. That's going to be a hard lineup to beat, man. Good luck. That's going to be like almost like Murder's Row trying to go through that. And then when everybody clicking on all cylinders, that's going to be tough. We're talking about 5+ runs, you know what I'm saying, if the bats are clicking for real. at least a game. It's gonna be tough.
I'd love to see Ozuna and Soler play together because I think they would play well. Because Ozuna gets on base. I'm sorry, Acuna gets on base.
Mm-hmm.
You got Soler coming right behind him. Then you might have Austin or Ozuna coming behind him. You got Matt.
Mm-hmm. Matt
I mean,
Olson.
you got Michael Harris at sixth. You got Ozzy at seventh, bro. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
got Arcia at eight, and whoever the catcher is for that day at nine. But that's an impressive lineup. You got Spencer Strider coming back next week, so you got
Mm-hmm.
Strider,
Right.
Sale,
Right.
Strider, Welly, and Raylo if he's healthy, right?
Right.
So if it's me and you got all of that coming back, bro, that pitcher that you talk about, I package him with Kelnick and maybe another pitcher, and I'd go get a real pitcher
Mm-hmm. And
because
that's also sounding like you're leading to the possibility of the real chance that we have seen the last of Max Fried.
I think we have seen the last.
Definitely.
Because it,
That last performance that was so masterful, that we asked for Maximus Prime, we asked for Maximus Fried, we
got him.
got him. That was Maximus Fried right there. That was the guy that we all fell in love with as far as like where his pitching comes from. And that was a masterful, you know what I'm saying, magnificent, however you want to call it. The performance was excellent. Yeah, it's just the performance was excellent. So it's just you love to see it. Like it's just exciting just talking about it. You can hear it in my voice. But yeah, man, I'm hoping that wasn't like a curtain call.
I mean, it could have been, bro. It very well could have been. I mean, let's look at it, right? The Braves. One thing we know about the Braves, they do not like giving money to pitchers in their 30s. They don't.
They don't. They
Not
don't.
not
I know.
not
I
because
know it.
oftentimes more than not, it doesn't pay off, right? So
Yeah.
Justin
I
Verlander
mean,
going
look how we got Sale.
well,
If
right.
they paying off the majority. You know, they had to take majority of the salary, so it still was cheap. So
Yeah. But I mean, if you look at okay, look at what's his name? What's his name? Max
mhm.
what's his name? He's
Scherzer.
with yeah, he's on the shelf, right? He's on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Justin
Shoot,
Verlander,
man.
right? And
Man,
and again,
I was just about to go to Verlander.
well, these
Yeah.
guys, I mean, they're old. So that may
Mm-hmm.
not be fair, but I think what happens is it is almost impossible to live up to some of these contracts. And when you get
Mm-hmm.
into the, final couple of years, you're basically throwing money at, I don't want to say a
Go,
non-production
go.
player, someone who didn't
Yeah.
produce at the rate that you're paying them, right? And I
Right.
just I do not see and let me tell you something. Maximus Freed is a big game pitcher, man. Everybody can't do
Yeah.
it. Everybody
Yeah.
cannot. Hey, it's game six. Everybody can't take that pressure, and I'll give him that. But with that being said, how old is Max Freed now? Max Freed
I think he's
is,
29.
and he's looking for an 8-year deal. Maximus Freed is he's 30 right now.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So by the time he gets done with that contract, he'd be 38. There's no way the Braves are going to do that. There's no way the Braves are going
Uh,
to. So with that being said, you
yeah.
have a surplus of outfield.
If he's asking for 8 years, that's
Well, I mean,
man.
he may get it from the Dodgers. He may get 6. He'll
See,
he'll get.
that's where I was going in my mind, like 6.
Mhm.
I'm like 8. 8 is tough. I understand it. 8 is tough, but at the end of the day, you just gotta think about the possibility of what you can have, what you can build, though. You have that rotation, man. The rotation that you just said, Spencer coming back, right?
Mhm.
Swelly, you know what I'm saying, rookie sensation. Then you
Mhm.
got then you could possibly bring back Max Fried, Chris Sale, Raylo. I mean, Because I mean, you can let Charlie go. You really could let Charlie go ahead and ride off in the sunset if you do
Yeah,
that.
you can, but I don't think they're gonna pay Max Fried. They're just not gonna want to do that. The best
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're
the,
wrong. I'm just saying some things got to change sometimes, but both parties do have to meet in the middle though, somewhere though. It can't. I'm not saying just go ahead and just throw a boatload of money at Max and give him what he wants just because he's asking for it. I'm not saying that, but the both parties do need to meet somewhere because this is a prime time maximum, what I'm saying, starting pitcher. This guy does get it done, more often than not. He does get it
agreed.
done more often than not. So it's just you can't just bypass the idea of what could be. You're talking about having a great ERA now. You get all that back and get a healthy Spencer Strider back, bro. I'm just saying, and then you still got to go through Murders Row in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. So that's why I'm just saying, like, sometimes things got to change. You got to think about. I understand they're thinking long run and long term, but
Right.
sometimes in that long run and long term, and what can happen? What if you have that pitching staff and that lineup, you go and end up start just winning championships. You're not gonna be studying the money because you're winning championships. But you won't have that possibility if you don't possibly be able to bring him back. So I'm not saying that you won't be able to do it without him, but I'm just saying you're increasing your chances. That's all I'm saying. I like my chances to be increased. But I understand it's always a business. It's not me throwing my money out there. It's not our money at all, T Will, man. We're just trying to make the Braves better and make them damn near invincible. That's all we're trying to do.
You make some great points. My only concern is I think right now we're at 236 million, right? Um, you've got some contracts that's coming up. You got some
Yeah,
extensions that's
you do.
you got some contracts that are where the money's going to kick in, right?
Right.
Uh,
Because
you
it
probably
already has started.
I think Ozzy's last year's what next year, and then you got to look at paying him, right?
Mhm.
Acuna's may be coming up in 27. I'm not sure. 27 or 28. I think there are a few club options you can kick in, so you may have him until 28. But
Indeed.
um,
But regardless, the point you still making is we still have other guys that we do have to pay. That's why I
right.
made the comment about both parties gonna have to meet. Like I want it to happen,
Hmm.
but at the end of the day, the most important thing is the logo. And so we gotta try to make sure that we have the best possible chance to win
Agreed.
without going too crazy, but that's why I said we got to meet somewhere, man, because I'm just saying, like, the Braves faithful love Max Fried. I mean,
They
you
do,
seen that standing ovation. You
right?
seen that standing ovation, man. That like that came from the heart right there, and everything with the curtain call. Like what I'm saying, Max Fried loves to be here. I already know it, but at the end of the day, I know the business aspect gets into a lot of tangles, what I'm saying? It gets real tricky. So
I think the
I
business
really
keep them because what you got to look. Max Reed is a union rep, right? And those guys,
yeah, I know.
they,
I knew you was gonna pull that card, Terry, like you're playing spades.
right,
Put it on your
right.
forehead, Terry. Put it on your forehead.
Hey,
Slap it on your forehead, man.
bam. Yeah, man. No, I mean you got to look at because he can't just take a bargain basement deal, right? So anybody that's in the union in baseball, they are expected to, at a minimum, at least get more than the guy previous than you. Maybe you don't set records, but at least you get more than the guy who previously signed for you because it keeps the line going, right? Baseball is
Right.
ultimately, these players are they're trying to maximize their dollars, right? And if you take a home discount, like if Max Fried was not a union rep, I might think, okay, we have a better shot at it. But you add up the fact that he's 30, which means Alex is probably going to offer him a 5-year deal at best. I
Yeah,
mean, you didn't. Freddie wanted what, 6? Freddie
yeah, I
wanted 6,
think
and
6.
Freddie got 5 from him. And this is Freddie Freeman. Freddie
Mr.
freaking
Brave, right?
right. You're not. I don't see them offering him 6, and he probably can go to the Dodgers and get 6, maybe even 7,
7. He can.
and
They'll give him 7.
and they're gonna pay him,
Yep.
right? So
I don't want to see that. Gosh, that would be so
I
despicable.
don't I don't want to see it. I don't want to
Mm-mm.
see it.
Oh
But
God, I don't even want to think about it. He over there with Shohei and oh, never mind.
well, here's the thing, right? If
I'm having nightmares just thinking about it.
no, no, because here's the thing, right? We still have a great squad, and we can still sign someone. We might not sign Max Fried, but we can still sign someone, right? If the Braves like young pitching, yes, you
Oh
can.
shoot, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
man.
hell
Let's get him in here,
yeah,
man.
brother. All you had to do was ask Dixon Way. Let me get you in. Hang on one second. I've been waiting for this. I'm so glad he said that, man. God must have heard my
Yeah.
prayer. Hang on one sec. Let me get him the because I was just
Hey,
right.
now, but man, we was just talking about this though.
Yeah, I was
Seriously,
like,
we
we got
just
to get him
talking
on the
about
show, bro. We got by hook or by crook. We got to get this brother on the show. So I'm so glad that he did. Let me give him the hang on, Dixon Way. Give me one sec. We got the Dixon Way, man. It's gonna be a good show. All right, I dropped it in your chat, Dixon Way, man. That's gonna be a good man. I can't wait, bro. I've been waiting to get this brother on here, man. I'm
it.
excited. Mess around and woke me up. What?
Not mess around and woke me up.
But you know what, boy? I'm ready. Let's go. 'Cause I got a feeling I know what he's gonna say, but it's gonna be it. He and I think alike, right? When it comes to the Braves, we agree on a lot. But I look, I would love to say Max Fried is gonna stay, bro. I just don't see it. Right?
He said he doesn't see it. Oh, where'd you send it to, Tur? Where you
I
sending
sent
T Will?
I sent it to his Facebook Messenger.
Oh, well,
I
there
sent
you
it to
have it, sir.
shit, man. You know what? I'm just gonna drop it in the chat. There you go, Dick. Just click on it, bro. There you go.
Oh, I forgot. He sure don't be on there no more.
Okay. It's all good, bro. I dropped it in the chat for you.
Man, Facebook. Sometimes, but yeah, man.
There you go.
Oh, bro, Max Fried though, man.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen,
Blair.
we have Mr. Dixon Way. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Hold on, let me zoom in a little bit.
Oh, good, man.
Mhm.
Oh,
Good, brother.
what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Man,
Hey, man, what's goody?
we are glad to have you, bro. So, Larry, let's talk about Max Fried. Give me
All
your
right.
thoughts on our chances of re-signing him. Yeah, that's what
Zero
Next question.
goose egg, Larry.
what I thought.
Larry, let me see.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. That's
guys,
exactly.
look, we know the pattern of Alex Anthopoulos. If
Yep.
Alex Anthopoulos wanted to sign you, would have been signed before your year came up.
Yep.
If you don't get re-signed, we have plenty of opportunities to see this. Freddie Freeman being the biggest one.
Yep.
Dansby Swanson. If you
Yep.
make it to your contract year, you ain't getting no contract.
Yep.
Plain and simple. You're not getting a contract. So
Yep.
it is what it is. We don't need to think about Max Fried coming back. We need to maximize our potential on getting on a run, and going further.
Agreed.
So yeah, that's what it is.
Agreed.
It all ends with the Mets. What better way? What better way?
What better way?
Okay.
What better way? It comes down to it.
It makes all the sense in the world, right, fellas?
If only we could
It
get
makes sense that it comes down to this.
All
right, so Swellenbach is supposed to be the
game one
starter at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if we win that game, then we won't have to pitch Chris Sale. He can
Right. Yeah.
start
Can
game
rest.
1 in San Diego. That's what we need. All right.
Yeah.
If we don't win that game, then Sale has to pitch, and
Yeah.
Swellenbach
Yeah.
or Sale are not available for the wild card.
Right.
Then we got to
Yeah.
depend on Max Fried, Charlie Mortensen, and Ronaldo Lopez, who has not been the same. He's just been going in and out of injury. So it kind of is what it is, man.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Let's hope we win the game with Swelly. He's been pitching real well lately.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for his
I believe
first, if it wasn't for his first like 4 or 5 starts, he would have been in talks rookie of the year because he
Mhm.
still has the most strikeouts per first, like, how many games he had, like the first 14 to 16 games he's pitched. He got the most strikeouts, like top 3 in Major League history. So it's none, and even better than the Golden Boy schemes. So, but he started off bad. So, you know what I'm saying? But excellent. I mean, you got to think about it. The kid was a reliever in college. He was a reliever. He
Mhm.
played a little infield in college at Nebraska, and then you come out and make him a starter after pitching how many times? Think about 15 to 20 times in single and double A, and high single double A, and then rush him up here. So he had to
Right.
adjust to the major leagues. I don't think he's going to be a Bryce Elder because Bryce Elder did that also, but Bryce Elder only has 90-mile-per-hour fastball.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he's
Willie
he
got
nicks and
gas.
kicks.
Mhm.
Exactly. And Swellenbach can get it up to
97,
97, 98
Yeah. 97,
consistently. So
98.
yeah, so I think he got the stuff to get people out, but again, he's learning the game. He's growing. The good thing is he has veteran pitchers like Charlie Mortensen, Chris Sale, and Max Fried there that he can soak it up like a sponge.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to have Charlie next year. We're not going to have Max Fried. We can just write that in the books.
Mhm.
We're not going to have Charlie. We're
Charlie
not going to have
definitely.
Max Fried.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Max Fried. Union rep.
the player of the year in the minor leagues was our catcher. I forget his name, but he may be up to have a possible real challenge for the starting job next year for the catcher job, because right now, man, Sean Murphy has been inconsistent, hurt.
Yep.
I mean, if you really look at it, man, he just had a very hot first half of the season, his initial season. After that, what has he done? If you really look at it, even defensively, I don't think he's fully healthy. I think that oblique is still hurting him because he can't really get oomph on that throw. He's not even throwing people out now.
Yeah.
He won't even release it. He'll be like that, and then like he won't even release it. So I'm just like, there's something going on with Sean Murphy, and it's not just his batting, but you're supposed to have him in there for defense, kind of like Orlando Arcia. Hitting horribly this season, but he got a Golden Glove, so that's why you keep playing him. You know what I'm saying? Because he erases base hits. I mean, he may not give you a base hit sometimes, but he'll erase a base hit.
Right.
So yeah, anybody having 10 home runs in the whole season, I would imagine you try to change his approach at the bat instead of swinging for the fences. I don't think he's a fence swinger. You know what I'm saying? Thank goodness for Money Mike, getting on a run now. He's getting real hot. But again, he's starting to swing like he was when he first came up. He's not trying to go for the fences now. He's trying to hit them where they ain't, and then use your magnificent speed. There's been plenty of times that he just chopped the ball on the ground, a swinging bunt basically. They bounce up high, little chopper, that he beats it up. So the Braves got to manufacture runs and not just worry about the long ball. I think that'll get them. But the biggest thing about, like, I was just in a discussion. Matt, right? Well, yeah. Chris, Matt. About basketball. So we were talking on Twitter, and he's like, why did we start Swellenbach first? Why didn't we start Chris Sale first? I was like, huh? I said, bro, you save Chris Sale. You don't want to lose. Like, say the Braves come out in typical fashion and don't score in the first game, and we lose the game 1-0, which we have with Chris Sale about 2 or 3 times this season. Lost 1-0 or 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
You want your season on the rookie? And I love the rookie, you know what I'm saying? But again, I would rather have Swellenbach go first. He just pitched a gym against them on Tuesday. So
Yes,
why would
did.
I? Yeah.
Seeing that live and in effect.
Yeah, so I was just talking with him. Well, I played baseball, so I don't know why. I was like, man, there's no way that you would like actually just go and you bring out Chris Sale when it's absolutely necessary.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
I love the fact that Sale wasn't starting.
They just Swelly a couple of days ago, so I'm sure they'll be ready to adjust. And you got to leave yourself a way out, right? You cannot because you know if you throw Sale and you lose, now the hopes of your season are on somebody that the Mets just saw 4 days ago. Why not put him first, right?
Put him first, exactly.
Great, fine. If they get to him, you got the big dog coming behind him. It just makes sense. Now, what I agree with Larry. I hope we can win the first game, right? Because then guess what? You got Sale, you got Max, and then you probably got Swelly again on the third day, or maybe Raylo, right? Maybe you got
Swellenbach. If he pitches tomorrow, he won't be like anybody that pitches tomorrow will not be available for the wild card.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So that's why I'm hoping Swelly can go ahead and do it again. Because like you said, masterful game on Tuesday, and that way you can save Sale for the wild card, and you'll have Sale and Fried, and then you can make a decision for the third game or whatever it needs to be. But you need to have your aces to start out the gate. So I'm hoping that Swelly can do it again, and that way the second game you can just throw whoever out there because you got your aces.
Yeah, because if we win with Swelly, we let Sale rest. We can let everybody rest, to be honest, because we can only play against the San Diego Padres. So we fly out to San Diego, play the next game, like the next day. I would rather keep Chris Sale with a full week's of rest, ready to face them first, because we never switch back. It's like 3 home games for the Padres. So we go ahead, win the first game, put the pressure on them. Now they got the pressure. We can either throw Max Fried then, or we could do Lopez and then Max Fried the last game. But either way, you know, it just makes sense for us. And then if you survive in advance, now you're in the divisional round, and you got Chris Sale available for 2 because he can play in the first game and in the fourth for the, you know. So it's very beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's game is the most crucial. But it's the Mets. It's the Mets.
It's the Mets.
Exactly. if there's any chance to go to the playoffs, and I got the Mets in front of me, I like my chances. I like my chances. They've been selling right now. They've been choking. And if we could just go ahead and do what we do to the Mets, you know what I'm saying, started by Chipper Jones, who owned them, and the tradition continues. And they know it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Frank the Tank. Oh, those videos feed the soul. You know what I'm saying? That dude be going crazy, Mets, man. You got to check out his videos, man. But I like our position. I wouldn't want it any other way. It would have been nice for us to sweep, but we didn't. Let's go out. I mean, we won in impressive fashion yesterday with a walk-off. Let's go ahead and end the Mets' dream. The Diamondbacks are done. So, winning you in. Winning you in. Now, when we win, are you throwing someone like, who are you going to throw out there? Because when we win, not if we win. When we win with Swellenbach, I'll probably go with Goldilocks. Brent Holmes. I'll probably go with Goldilocks. You know what I'm saying? Send a rookie out there, just not to waste any arms. Huh?
Can you call somebody for tomorrow's game or no? You got to stick with what you got.
Am I changing anything with tomorrow game? No, I'm sticking with what we
No,
got.
he was asking, can you call anybody up? I don't think you can call anybody up though right now.
No, anybody you call up, they won't be eligible for the playoffs.
Yeah, if it's
So
me,
it kind of is what it is right now.
yeah,
This is limbo. It's never been done before. You know,
gotcha. If
like
it's me,
excuse me, I apologize. They used to have the tiebreaker games, but they got rid of that now.
yeah,
So there's a whole bunch of formulas that they do before they get to like they'll go through 10 tiebreakers before they like on paper before they actually go to a game. So there has been games in game 163, but this is kind of special because it's a makeup game for more rainouts. I think we had the most rainouts this season, so it's only apropos that we in the season on a rainout game. So I can't wait, man. We're gonna have that. It come on at first game come on at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And then the second game come on 40 minutes after
that game.
the game. So it's not even a schedule. It's just like 40 minutes after that game, you gotta play the game. Now I'm upset that we didn't get to play those because they easily like the day before we had an off day. So we could have played on the off day. Played a double hitter on Tuesday and been over with. We shouldn't even be talking about this right now. But we were going to sweep the Mets. We were going to sweep the Mets. We all saw Max Fried take a no-hitter into the 7th inning. Like,
yes,
he was locked in. The Mets was done. The best thing that happened for the Mets, I saw all the Mets fans complaining. Oh, poor us. We got to go to Milwaukee, then come back and play against the Braves. I was like, man, that's y'all best hope. Because the Braves really don't want to pitch Sale, but they will if they have to. So that was the best hope. Leave. And only one announcer I saw with the Mets said, you know what, this was good for the Mets. Because I did not, after that game we just played, I did not want to face Chris Sale. But that was the end of our season. We get whooped by them, and then you got Max Fried coming up. Man, we might get swept. So let's just go ahead and go to Milwaukee. And you know they would have got swept because when they got to Milwaukee, they played like it. They played like the season was over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got whooped in the first 2 games. They
sure did.
They were toast. Mentally, they were toast. They just flashbacks of 2022. If we got them in that situation, which I feel like when they get here, they go, ooh. Yeah, I think we got it, man. I'm not worried about it. I just want to make sure that we don't have to play Sale so he can start off because we need to get that first win in San Diego to put some fear in their hearts. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. We get the first win, it's up for grabs. And with this pitching staff, just like you said, T. Will, with this pitching staff, we can beat anyone as long as we score 5 runs.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah. 4 out, man. I was saying that about the lineup myself, and I was like, look, man, we can score 5 runs a game, man. It was gonna put some real pressure on other people because we had the best ERA, and I believe in this pitching staff. And honestly, we're not supposed to even be in this position. With all the injuries, all the rainouts, all the ups, the downs, the all arounds, the trials and tribulations, my goodness, I can take you to church. Like, honestly, and we're still having this opportunity. Like, I've been asking fans, and again, Larry, you and T. Will, both of y'all been Braves fans longer than me. But I know I've never seen it in sports where a team just decimated by injuries and still have a chance to make the playoffs in this capacity. I haven't seen it. We've had key injuries, significant injuries, BS injuries, people fouling stuff off their foot and fracturing their foot. So it's just anything that could happen did happen. You know, and we're still have an opportunity to make the playoffs. That's a scary team. That's been through it. That's been through everything and hurdled everything that was supposed to trip them up. And they still make the playoffs. That's a dangerous team, y'all. That's a dangerous team.
Definitely, man. I mean, actually, man, our season mirrors the 2022 Mets. Unfortunately, they couldn't, fortunately for us, they couldn't overcome it. But the same thing started happening to them near the end of the season. No one's been more devastated in my history of watching the Braves. Normally, when Braves have this was like the 80s Braves. This type of stuff happened when the 80s Braves. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, and we just have injury after injury, we could never overcome that. From your best starting pitcher to your best overall player, that's probably a top 3 player in all of Major League Baseball.
Facts.
Yeah, to you know what I'm saying, the second best player with Austin Riley, to Money Mike, the best center fielder in all of baseball, being out for a significant amount of time. Yeah, it's just injury. Ozzie Albies out. It's just injuries after injuries after injuries.
Good.
AJ Smith-Shawver came in with 3 good games and then oblique strains. Like, what are y'all doing, man? Y'all not doing no sit-ups? Like, what's going on with y'all obliques? But
nah, for real though. No, you gotta ask the question.
Yeah, I mean, but no, on a serious note, man, it's a testament. I had someone on the stream say, hey, Snitch should win manager of the year. I was like, no. I said there's way more. Manager of the year should go to a team that's not expected to do anything, but they do. You know what I'm saying? Like the Tigers making a comeback after being down 10 games, you know what I'm saying? Being the absolute hottest team in baseball since the All-Star break. Secondly, with, you know, like San Diego Padres, the way they did, but they made the trades and stuff like that to do it. So it's not really a big thing for the Padres to do it. But I think it's more of a testament to Alex Anthopoulos trying to piece this lineup together with a salary cap in a salary capless league. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shopping at the dollar store and getting Neiman Marcus stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're not saying it is, you know, super duper, but it kept us afloat, man. Like, Alex Anthopoulos deserves a lot of praise for, at the very least, you know, trying to get pieces in there to keep us afloat. Soler hasn't been great, but especially out in the outfield, that's an adventure. But timely home runs you need, and you know, guys like Merrifield got hurt. He's been great for a moment. Like, everybody had their own little moment. Jared Kelnick at the beginning of the season was playing great, then kind of tailed off when people got the book on him in the National League. But I mean, overall, man, I really think that Alex Anthopoulos did about the best he could do with the money he had left. You got too many players on this team that got a whole bunch of long-term contracts. So you can't get no one in here that could possibly take their job. How? Right. They're here for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. You know? Yeah, so I would give more praise.
Sure.
Yeah, I would give more praise to Alex Anthopoulos on this season. But yeah, just a great season all around. And it will cap it off with all these injuries to make the playoffs, even if it's just a wild card. I know as Braves fans, we get spoiled with us, you know, advancing, you know, in the playoffs and the real playoffs and stuff like that. But you got to look at it like, man, I've never seen a team decimated with injuries like this make the playoffs. They usually like the White Sox. You know what I'm saying? They usually like the White Sox or like the Marlins or something like that, or like the Washington Nationals. They don't have seasons like this. So, and we're getting hot at the right time. If our bats wake up, watch out, everyone. Let's go on another magical run. Let's go on another magical run.
Why not? Why not us?
Larry, I got a question for you. Would you, you know, when Ozzie, are you batting Ozzie second if you're managing this team?
That's a trick question, T. Will. You want to know why? Because I feel like with a better hitting coach, I think Ozzie could utilize his speed. Same thing with Money Mike. I feel like in this offseason, we've turned them into both of them look like they bulked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell they look like they carry more weight on them now. And it's kind of noticeable. It seems like all of us swing for the fences now instead of being. You need people to hit home runs. I understand that Chick did the long balls. Also need those speedy guys to get on base to put pressure on those pitchers to get them worried about the base runners instead of just always concentrating on the batter. You know what I'm saying? when you have a nice healthy balance between speed, average hitters, and then home run hitters, and I feel like Ozzy can do that when he's patient. When Ozzy's patient, yes, but we have to recognize the elephant in the room. Whenever Ronald Acuna get hurt, Ozzy has a down year. Go check the stats if you think I'm lying.
No, you're not lying. You're not lying. He has a down year.
So
that's crazy. That's true.
Yeah,
that it really is.
Well, they are best friends, so I can see the affect.
Man, I don't want to hear that, T. Will. Do it for your best
like
friend.
That, though. T. Will is on something, though. It is something
Do it
like
for
that.
your best friend.
They are. You said
we're brothers. We're happy and singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Hey, no.
Cut and print. Beautiful guys.
Hey, man. If it's me, he said dynamite. Lord Jesus. If it's me,
that's what the man said.
I know. It's funny when you say it. I'm batting Ozzy fifth or like Ozzy to me. Number one, Soler does better in spots 1 to 2. In 2021 World Series, he bat leadoff. He's batting second up until Ozzy comes back, and we're clicking, and we're scoring 5 runs. And I get why Snit did it, because he's probably thinking, if I put Ozzy in front of Ozuna, he's going to see more fastballs. Ozuna can
that's what I'm thinking. That's why he did it. Yeah.
Ozuna can protect him, but he's not hitting, right? And you got to ask yourself, yeah, you want to protect Ozzy, but you don't want the entire team to suffer. You don't want the performance to go down to what it is today, where you can only score 2 runs, where if you got Harris, Soler, Ozuna, and Olsen, you got a better shot of scoring runs. That's just my thought. Again, I don't look. Ozzy's gonna hit you 30 home runs. He's gonna bat in 100 RBIs if healthy. But to me, he flourishes in a 5 or 6 spot. It's too much pressure, in my humble opinion. It's too much pressure on Ozzy to put him in leadoff or second. He just doesn't do well. He might have streaks where he's okay, and then he just bottoms out and totally bottoms out. And look, we got to win. We go to San Diego, you got to score runs. You got to score runs. You know what I mean? So if it's me, tomorrow, Ozzy's going to be in the 5th spot. It's going to be Harris, Soler, Ozuna, Olsen, maybe Ozzy behind him. That's just me. Also, the second game, I might start Jesse, because Jesse can give you 3-4 innings. Grant, whatever his name is, has been pretty valuable. So if I don't have to use him as much, I might start Jesse, see if I could get 4 innings out of him, and then
okay, that's fair.
Go to Grant for 2, and then that way you could come back to Grant if you need to in game 2 of San Diego series. But if you start him and Grant goes 5, to your point, now you take him out, right? Whereas, and the reason I'm saying, because it really doesn't matter if we win or not the second game. So why?
Oh, if that's the case, yeah, we win the first game. Yeah, I'm starting Lou Jackson.
Yeah, that's why I said it don't even matter who you go throw out there, man. Hey, I tell you what, Braves.
Let his ass go.
Game 1. I'll go out there for 3. I'll give you 3 innings.
Hey,
I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of the 3 innings. I don't know if I'm going to get out the first inning. But,
yeah, I can call up Bryce Elder too. I can call up Bryce Elder. He's still eligible to play.
I don't know if you could do that, but that's what I was thinking.
No, he had to be called up today or yesterday. He would have had to been called up yesterday.
All right. Well, there you go. I get it, but whoever starts, if we win the first game, whoever starts that second game, I don't care if it's 10-0, they're gonna have to wear it. They're gonna have to wear it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
We've already won. What's the point in spending the arms that we have, bro? You're gonna have to wear it. So if it's 12-0, 15-0, grin and bear it, put an H on your chest and handle it, and let's go. You got to give me at least 6 or 7, and we'll go from there. Because if we've already won it, what does it matter anyway? We know we're going to
the guy Breber. Yeah, the guy Breber. He can come in. Yeah,
throw it in there. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just my thoughts concerning that.
Yeah,
Do have another question for you, Dixon Way,
yeah.
and Chris and I were discussing this, and Chris and I, we don't often disagree, but we disagree on this, and
Mhm.
that is, if it's me, I recognize that you're not going to sign Freed. Charlie's probably not coming back, so that's really two
He's retiring. Yeah, he's retiring.
or or
Yeah, Charlie's done.
that you need, right? So if
Yeah,
it's me, I'm going to take that catcher that we have in the minors. I'm going to take Jarred Kelenic, and I may package him with another pitcher, and I'm going to go and get a starting pitcher. Now, I still may sign one, but the pitcher that I go get is a decent one. Even if I got to give up 4 prospects for him, I'm going to go get a decent one. I'm going to go get a guy that's young, right? And then that way I don't have to spend 120, 130 million dollars to sign somebody, because any decent pitcher nowadays is going to be at least 30, 35, maybe even 40 million per year. The Braves typically don't like to go over 28 million. So that is a way that, because you got Soler, you got him here for at least next year, maybe even a third. You're gonna obviously pull the option. You're gonna take the option for Ozuna. With him, Harris, Acuna, you got 4 outfielders. You can keep Laureano, or I'm sorry, you got 3. You can keep Laureano, maybe Eli
yeah.
Weiss, but you really don't need Kelnick, in my humble opinion. You really don't. I know you traded a lot for him, but maybe you can
I
package.
Kelnick is on. I think Kelnick was on a prove it deal. So I don't know if we. I don't know if we got another year. I think this was a prove it
No,
year.
no,
I might be wrong.
we got Kelnick for 4 or 5 years, bro.
Oh, we do.
Because
Okay, my apologies. My apologies. So if that's
yeah,
the case, then yeah, we don't really need Kelnick. I agree with you on that. I would probably try to package him and Soler. I got to get off Soler money. For me, I got to get
See,
off
see,
Soler money.
see. Now you just don't hit a pressure point on T. Will.
I'm
look,
sorry, T. Will.
You trying to
He's making
trade him, boy?
now T. Will. T. Will. I want to ask you something.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
really want to ask you. I really want to ask you something.
Okay.
Has this offense been good enough to supplant the horrific defense he has in the outfield? I hear Benny Hill every time the ball is popped up over there. I hear Benny Hill
Mm,
runs in my head.
Oh,
I'm
boy,
serious.
you rough. Boy, you rough.
We have lost at least 6 games this season by his bad fielding since he's been here. We have. When he jumps up and misses the ball and then hits the ground and looking around for the ball, like, where did it go?
yeah.
I've seen so many people run on Soler. Now, he has thrown out one person this season for trying to run on him. But overall, when they see the ball going to right field, everybody takes an extra base. It's like consistent. He doesn't get to the ball well. He doesn't track it well. And he's not, if he was hitting like 270, and since he's been here, hit about 10 or 15 home runs, you can justify that. But he's a DH, and he is a horrible fielder. And when healthy, he won't start over anyone. Not one soul. Not Nam soul. He won't start over Ronald. He won't even start in left field. You know what I'm saying? That's why they put in Eli White. If you come in and go 0 for 3, in every third game, you go 1 for 4. We need to power the bat. He's definitely got hotter than that. Like this right now, this is the best he's looked since he's been here. He got his average back up to 240. It was around 219, 210. So he started at 240 getting here. It dipped all the way to 210. To get it back up to 240 mean that you're hitting well now. So I will recognize that.
Right.
But every time the ball is hitting the right field, it is a freaking adventure. It just is. He's a DH. When he's left here, he had not played the field. He's been a DH since he left here. So if you look at it, we already got a DH. We got one of the best in the league outside of Shohei Ohtani. What other DH you want?
Well,
I mean, Jordan
I hear you.
Alvarez. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He really don't have a spot on his team. Him
we
or
do. We do, and I'll tell you why.
All right, tell me.
Acuna's going to need some off days next year, right? He's coming back from his second ACL. You're not going to play him 162 games, number one. Number two, to your point, Jorge had not played in the field for this
Yes.
year. So the first month was kind of like his spring training in the field. When he played right field in 2021, he wasn't bad. Why?
That was the
Because
last time he played outfield.
correct,
Yeah.
right.
Yes, sir.
And again,
He had to
I'm
warm up.
I'm not saying he's going to win a gold glove, but what I'm saying is if he reports to the Braves next year and he plays right or left field for the entire year, the defense will not be that bad. And and what he provides, number one, straight up what he provides is protection for Acuna. That's number one. And you package Acuna, Soler, Ozuna, Olsen, Riley, that's 150 home runs right there. That's a gift wrap, 150 home runs,
He
right?
hasn't had that. He is. I
He's
think
got
his highest total.
21 this year, right? But if you
He's
start
at 21. Yeah.
he's 21,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
means he could get to 22, 24, whatever. But if Jorge plays the entire year with Acuna, with Olsen, with Ozuna, with Riley, that's 150 home runs. We hadn't got to Michael Harris. We hadn't got and you can still, to your point, if you got a the eighth inning, you can go get him. Hell, put Eli White in there. I'm fine with that. But to me, I think he can be a value. And you're gonna have to be careful with Ozuna because this is his second ACL. So I guarantee you that they're not gonna be
Acuna.
they're not gonna be as aggressive with him as they were in that when he came back in 2022. They're not. Acuna may play 140 games next year. He's not going to play 162. I can tell you that, right? So you have to, and then
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
happened. And I'm saying this because when Alex was interviewed, he said, "No, we plan on keeping Soler." And
Okay.
here, right?
Yeah.
And
He
that,
did say that.
Yeah, he did say
Yeah.
that.
for
That's
me,
$17 million though.
I get it, and they're built. That's reasonable for an outfielder who can hit you 30 home runs. Because I guarantee if you go on the open market now, it's probably going to be 20 million. So if comparing apples to apples, I will take that. You know what you get with Soler. He fits in the clubhouse. That's important to Alex. That's important. He is a Braves guy,
That's true.
and you
That's
can
true.
bring Eli White. I think if Soler's here, Eli White's here because he's got to be here, right?
Okay.
You got Laureano.
Right.
Laureano's decent every now and then. He's going to strike out, but fine. You can bring Laureano in. We got guys for defense. Hey, Jorge Soler may be the seventh inning-ish person on the planet. He may only play 7 innings, and I'm fine with it.
Okay.
But think about that lineup that you would have with him in there. He gives because he likes to hit second. So
He's not going to hit second once. All right, we just talked about Ronald. Ronald
Right.
Ozzy's
Mhm.
best friend. He's not going to hit second when Ronald comes back.
He will. I think he will. I think
You know what?
it's going to hit
So
Snit.
where's Ozzy hitting?
Ozzy's ass should be fifth or sixth. That's where he's
No,
playing.
Money might need to be 6. That's where he played his best at the
can
beginning of the season.
second. You can hit. I would be okay with you hitting Money Mike second. But
Okay.
I don't like Ozzy. I've never liked Ozzy in the second spot. I've never liked him lead off.
Look,
Hey,
when Ronald Cunha played, Ozzy Albies bats behind him. That's all I know, T. Will.
All right.
That's all we know, bro. That's all we know.
Hey, you know what? Let's wait until next year, man. Now I'm excited, bro. So you know what that means, Dixon Way? That means the first game of the year next year, me, you, Chris, we gotta get on the show. We gotta talk.
Hey, no problem.
It's gonna be
No
interesting.
problem.
It is going to be very interesting. I hear you.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's that?
If the Braves have a 2021 season again,
Don't ask.
are we entertaining the
Get
thing?
Acuna.
Are
You
we
may
entertaining?
have to entertain. You may have to entertain the
I
thing,
no
but does the thing
no.
happen? No,
I ain't
I
say
ain't
that.
going
Chris
there.
said. Chris
I
said it.
ain't say. No,
No,
I nope.
absolutely not.
I don't
Absolutely
think it happens.
not.
I don't think it happens.
It's,
And
40
Lord have
70?
mercy.
No,
Yeah, that's
no,
tough.
Guys, if we
That's
win another championship without Ronald Acuna Jr.,
hmm
hmm
I don't want it to happen at all. All depends on.
What are
I'm
you
personally
saying,
thinking.
sir?
What I'm saying is, I don't know if Ronald's going to be the same. I don't know if he's even going to start day one. We're talking about day one starter.
hmm He might not.
Yeah, he
Second,
may not be
yeah,
there.
Might
he
not.
may not. So,
He might.
and that's why I'm getting to. Like, we don't know if Ron. Everyone's assuming that Ronald's just going to come back spring training and be okay. Everything's going to be all right. He had a rev up season. It was like half a year until he
hmm
really got. Because remember the first year, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a bad season, but it was a little bit below normal Ronald Acuna. Next
Right.
season,
Right.
he came back with a vengeance. He was fully healthy. You know what I'm saying, but I would forbid him forever playing winter ball. That's out. You're talking about contract and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a rate, and that's the whole thing. Ronald comes back. Well, I don't think we have to worry about contract talks next year. He's gonna be trying to prove himself again,
Right.
and then come back the following year. Now we only got 4 or 3 years left on this deal. 4 years. If he comes out of it, because I believe in my heart of hearts that Ronald's gonna have a semi holdout. He wanted to get paid, but he got hurt. So he played, and when you get hurt like that again, once he proved that he's healthy, he's not gonna come back and play on. Oh, I hope they sign me.
They take care of me. Yeah.
Yeah, because Ronald Acuna Jr.
There
making
was some
17 million.
rumbles before he got hurt. Well, I do
Yeah, yeah.
remember.
I mean, he came out with that letter. I want to finish my career with the Braves. Hopefully, we can get a new contract. That was all the
Right.
talk. But he didn't
Right.
let it get to a point like Jamar Chase or like Hassan Reddick or something like that. Oh, and then the injury happened, so it's just like, oh, that sucks. But when you really think about it, uh, if he had another like top season, it was going to be a holdout, in my opinion. Now he has no leverage. But a Ronald Acuna Jr. making $17 million is stealing. Okay. He's making $17 million. Him and Soler. He would never make over 20 millions in one single year for the third best player in the league. He's supposed to be making 40 million. So I understand his gripe. You know what I'm saying? But he don't really have a leg to stand on, pun intended, on trying to get a new deal unless he comes back healthy and has a monstrous year. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it kind of, unfortunately, it didn't work out for the young man, but it might have worked out for the organization on not having because we don't have anyone over 20 million, $23 million on this roster. That's Austin Riley.
Yeah,
Austin
Austin
Riley is
Riley.
the highest paid player on his team.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? 23 million, 23.7 million, I think, something like that. And that's what it's going to be from now until the end of his contract. So, T. Will, you talked about getting a quality starter at 30 million. Can't do that if you hang on Soler. That
Agreed.
money got to go somewhere. That money has to go somewhere.
Money
Now,
gotta go.
when you don't have Max Fried and you don't have Charlie Mortensen, you can consolidate that too. But to make sure that you have enough money, Jared Kelnick and Soler have to come out the books to make it work. That's what I'm saying. We got to find players. If Soler is a luxury right now, then we need to deal with who can be a true fit on this team. Do we want another top end starter, like you suggested, or do we need to go out and get a Cody Bellinger for left field? You know what I'm saying? Would you rather have Soler there or Cody Bellinger?
No.
Uh,
Okay, well,
Cody's too injury prone, and I'm
I
not.
agree.
And the
I agree.
Braves,
He's too injury prone.
Braves like
yeah.
contact, and Cody's not that anymore. Like he'll make some hits.
Yeah.
Velocity coming off his bat is not the same. The
No,
Braves,
it's not.
they like contact. So I don't. Plus, he's represented by Scott Boras. There's no way in hell they're gonna sign
Yeah.
him. They're not
Also, would you go after? Would you try to get Bo Bichette? Since Orlando Arcia struggled so much offensively, would you try to? Does that wet your whistle? You know what I'm saying about a possible getting a all-star potential in here?
I tell you who wets my whistle would be Willie Adames, but I don't know if we'd go get him.
No, we can't get him. We can't get him. But yeah,
I love me some Willie Adames, man. I would,
man.
bro.
T will shoot for the stars. You got
man. Hey, one thing about it, that man got his eyes on the prize. If nothing else.
Hey, Willie Adames in this lineup, because here's the thing. So Max is making $15 million.
Now you finna just say. Now you finna have me say, "Oh, we gonna go get Juan Soto then."
Hey, no, I'm not saying, bro. That's 500, but bro, come on, man. You know we can't afford Juan Soto. That come on, that's not even. But
yeah, we shooting for the stars, Steve.
No, that's shooting for the.
Oh, I thought we were shooting for the stars, man. My bad.
Juan Soto, I don't ever see that happening, bro. The Braves don't play those games. But Freed's making $15 million. Charlie's making $20 million. That right there is $35 million, right? Now you could, and honestly, I don't believe the Braves will do that. I think what the Braves will do is they will make some sort of trade. They will get a decent starter, and then they will probably either try and sign someone like Raylo, who's very good with the bullpen, and try and convert him into a starter, or they'll try and sign maybe a third or fourth starter for $15 million or whatever and keep it pushing. I do not see them going to get anybody like a Blake Snell. First off, they don't like to deal with Scott Boras.
No, they don't. They don't at all.
So any Boras client, that's out. All right. So you take from there. They don't like to extend contracts far into the 30s, right? That's another reason Max Fried is 30. Braves aren't gonna. The best Braves probably would give him would be a 5-year deal, if that. They're not going to give him 6.
I don't even think. I think it'll be a 3-year deal.
It could be that.
They wouldn't give Freddie not here because they wouldn't give him an extra year. It wasn't the money. Correct. It was an extra year. Man, they didn't want to give him an extra year.
Program, man. I'm sorry.
Freddie would still be here. Correct. Freddie would still be here if he would have knocked off one. If he would have gave him an extra year, because he took less money than what we offered. He wanted the extra year. He wanted to retire here.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have given him the extra year, but that's me. But whatever.
I would have too, but we should could have. We ain't got the power to do that.
That's true.
Kind of is what it is. He'll be back just like Matt Ryan was from one day. Sign here. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, he'll be back one day contract. Watch.
I would love to get Willie. How old is Willie Adames? So I'm taking myself on this journey. I'm doing it to myself. Y'all don't have to.
You're doing it to yourself.
Oh, you're doing it to yourself now, for sure. We definitely not twisting your arm, not one bit.
I know it, but it's my fantasy. Hang on. So Willie Adames is, how old is Willie Adames? Willie Adames is, he's 29. No, that ain't gonna work.
Nope, that ain't happening. It ain't happening.
According to the previous Braves philosophy, it ain't going down.
Yeah.
Well, that thing away.
Yeah. Nah. To be honest,
Braves
that's a
surprise us, man. They need to surprise us and stop being so predictable.
No, they just they want to get the value. They want to get the most value for their money. You know what I mean? I get it.
I mean, I get it.
The Braves way, guys. And I can't argue with it. Look at what it's produced. I can't argue with it. It's the Braves way. I can't argue with it. It's not like we're sitting here and wondering about Kyle Pitts or something like that. It's the Braves. I mean, the Braves way have a good way. They pick players, they develop them, and then they produce. Yeah, sorry about bringing Kyle Pitts into this situation, but
I
yeah,
mean, that's another reason why Dansby's not here. You know, so
Yeah.
I mean
yeah, that's
that
why
and
Dansby's
money.
not here. And we developed Dansby, even though we got him from the Diamondbacks, we developed him into the player he is.
What are
You know,
Dansby's numbers? What were his
oh,
numbers?
he didn't have a good season this
He
year.
did not have a good year
He
this year.
did, he did.
I
But
think I seen an article that said his contract,
Was
the
one of the
Cubs giving him that contract is like one of the worst contracts or something like that.
it is, it is. But he
So
was
he
never the
got
same after he left Atlanta. He was
no,
never the same. Same thing with Soler. Soler wasn't the same when he left Atlanta.
he wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? So again, some players, just like Uncle Jesse,
Jesse.
you know what I'm saying? He goes somewhere else, he got an 8.5 ERA.
What, can you explain that to me? I don't understand that because
He's a Brave.
when he
It's the
Brave.
logo, bro. It's the
Bro,
chop, baby.
I understand there being a variation, but to Dixon Way's point, Jesse is awful when he goes up, like just awful.
No,
Like
he's worse than awful.
softball
I'm
awful.
saying.
Like just,
I,
hey,
I I feel like the Braves got the best pitching coaches in all of baseball.
they would
We
have
turn guys that are tomato cans into decent, you know what I'm saying, pitchers. That's why I say like a player like Bryce Elder, if he can't get it together here, I don't know where he's gonna get it together.
right.
Like seriously, because if you look at Bryce Elder, if you look at Ronaldo Lopez, who was a former reliever, now turned starter. I'm saying if you look at these guys, you're just like, they're not even supposed to be, starters. But a guy like Swellenbach, who was a reliever in college and then played a little outfield, you know what I'm saying? Played A ball and double A ball. So I don't know, bro. I really don't. I don't look at it like, I just look at like the Braves pitching as an organization. Braves develop pitching. That's what we're known for. From the '90s all the way to now, we can develop some pitchers. We can. So
Yeah.
now I think Chris Sale was already a great Hall of Fame pitcher, but getting back here and working with our staff definitely helped him rekindle his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because he lost it. He wasn't the same player for 3 years, man.
Yeah.
He gets with the Braves and he's magical now.
Yeah.
To get Boston to pay $17 million per year to be a Brave is absolute genius. That's what Alex Anthopoulos does. So, we all wanted somebody like Jazz Chisholm or something like that to come here, but that was never going to happen because it just wasn't going to happen. We got so many contracts that are long term. We're not going to replace them with a random dude unless they really thinking about moving them. So to your point, T. Will, we don't ever want to talk about Ronald getting moved, but if we mess around and win another World Series, he demands a trade. Because really and truthfully, how can we ever get equal value? We can't get equal value.
Yeah.
You see, you're doing it to yourself.
No, because he damaged goods.
Well, no. So
but even if he stands good, his contract alone is so good to take a risk on.
It is.
Like his skill, his natural born skill, his contract coupled with his contract, he's the most valuable superstar in the league because you're only paying $17 million for him.
Not even close.
It's not like you're paying him $50 million to sit on the bench. You know what I'm saying?
Close.
And he's worth that. I mean, we know his ability. His ability.
Yeah, he's the most disruptive player on the base.
I got a question for you, right? So these are Willy Adames' stats, right? He's hitting 252. He's got 32 home runs. He's got 113 RBI. But his WAR, which is wins above replacement, is 3.1. Right?
Yeah.
Now, we said that Dansby was having a horrible year. Correct? We did say that.
Yeah,
If we look at
pull it up.
If we look at Dansby's numbers,
okay.
His WAR is a 3.9.
Oh wow.
Wins above
Okay.
replacement. So he's actually better as far as WAR than Willie Adamas. Now he's hit half the home runs, and his batting average is
Half
10.
the RBIs.
Right, his batting average is 10, but his WAR is 3.9, which tells you his defense has to be fire.
It
That's
is. Well, Dansby always going to be great at defense.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the offense that's worrying you. You know, Dansby had a season, offensive season that was poor. You know,
Yeah.
he heated up in the second half of the season, but it was a little bit too little, too late.
Yeah.
So, and Willie Adames is on the Brewers. They're not giving him up.
No, he's a free agent this year. Next year he's a free
Oh,
agent.
okay. Well,
That's why I brought it up.
yeah, but
And they
he's
gonna
29 years old.
throw a bone at him.
He's 29-year-old, gonna be 30. That's never been in the Braves organization. They're not gonna take a risk on him.
No, and
He's
so
to the Braves. He's an insurgent. So
Yeah, exactly. He's not a Braves man.
Dansby got 7 years, 177 million.
With no trade clause.
And he's got a
bless his heart.
26 million average annual value, right? So let's look at how old Dansby is.
Dansby is making more than Austin Riley.
30.
Making
30.
way more than Ronald Acuna Jr. Just think about that.
So he's 30. So he got that contract when 2023. He left 20.
He left 2022. He's been gone for 2 years, right? Yeah. He's been gone for 2 years. Yeah. So a year after we won the World Series, he left for money.
So
which is fine.
He was 28 at the time. He got 177 million, which, you know, if so that means shit, Adames probably gonna get 200 million.
Yep.
It would have to start.
Yeah. And we're not paying that.
No,
we're not paying that.
So T Will, you just answered your own question. It's an impossibility.
I did. You're right about that. Yeah, you're right. He's probably gonna get 200 million. Oh well, it was a nice thought, you know. It was a nice fantasy, you know.
They're gonna stick Nacho Alvarez in the oven. Nacho Alvarez, our shortstop / second baseman. They're gonna work him out probably in spring training. They brought him up briefly, but his defense is weak, and then he would struggle a lot in the majors. So, but Nacho and the catcher, well, really the catcher and Nacho are our two best positional players in the organization. Our top 2 or 3 players are pitchers. So we'll see, man. I'm looking forward to next year, but also looking forward to what we do if we actually make the playoffs. If we can avoid the Phillies, I think we never beaten the Phillies in the playoffs as an organization.
I'm not afraid of them. This year, I'm not afraid of them. I can admit I was afraid of them last year, and I was afraid of them. I'm not. Let me tell you, if we get into the playoffs, Dixon Way, there's nobody out. There's nobody I fear. From the Dodgers on down, there's nobody I fear because.
I don't fear the Dodgers. We did what we did. We whooped them in the first 2 games. They whooped us in the second 2 games. So I think I fear Shohei. I fear Shohei.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
Freddie. And Freddie batting behind him. I fear them too. I don't fear Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts disappears against us.
Yeah.
Who Mookie? Who?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't
fear Mookie Betts.
I don't fear. There's nobody. If we make the playoffs, there's nobody out there that I just fear. Does that mean we'll beat them? Not necessarily. But I don't fear anybody because, again, and you touched on this, we got Sale, we got Freed, we got Schwelly. We ain't even got the Raylo yet. That's 4. That's 4 starters that can go with anybody, right? So who they Philly's got Wheeler, they got Aaron Nola, right?
And then we got
Yeah.
Nola and
They're
the
not.
other kid. I
They
forgot
got
his
four.
name.
They got Rangers four. They're not 4 deep. And if it comes down to it, I think we can beat them. I think we can beat them. And if I'm being honest, I want to beat them. I want to go into Philly
Now I
and
do want to beat them.
I want to
I
beat the
do
shit.
want to beat them. I
But it's
just don't.
bullshit that what's his name? Because they manufacture shit. That's what I don't like about them, right? Like who was
Oh
that?
yeah,
Bryce Harper when Arcia said
No,
whatever he
yeah.
did over. He didn't say anything about
yeah,
his mom. It wasn't that serious, but he manufactured it, right?
yeah.
And then you're gonna run around the bases and stare. I wish Brian. I wish B Mac would have been on that team because that would have been a.
Mhm.
Yeah, B Mac would have straightened that out. Yeah,
Yeah, but that shit would have been straight. I didn't like that. I did not like that, and I really would like some get back. I would like to go into Philadelphia and kick their ass and give the moon to those fans and peace out and go to the World Series. I don't. Bro, Dixon Way, and you probably a lot. I'm old school. I like don't
yeah.
dis. That was
Nah,
just
yeah, I don't like that either.
that's just. I didn't like it. So
I
yeah,
do agree with you on that, Will. I agree with you on that because when we went to the World Series, once we beat the Dodgers, the Astros was an afterthought. There was
yeah.
no thing in my mind thinking we were going to lose that World Series. After we beat the
Right.
Dodgers,
Same.
I was like, it was over. So if we can get in the NLCS and face the Phillies and go, then it would be exactly like 2021.
Really
And
would
we had
be.
to face the Phillies and beat them. There's nobody in the American League that would beat us. We already won against the Yankees this season. We
Yeah.
already beat the no, we
Cleveland.
didn't beat the what's the name, but we did beat the Yankees. So for me, I'm just like, I don't fear nobody over there. If we beat the Phillies to go to the World Series, we win the World Series. We have another
Winning the
parade. And
World Series.
maybe they'll slow down on Peachtree this year.
Hopefully. Slow down a little
Well,
bit.
I
Slow
was
down
up
a
on
little
Carl. Me and the wife and the little man, we was on
Hey,
we was
go.
at Cobb Parkway.
Y'all better go out
But
the
yeah.
car. I would say y'all better go out the car.
bit.
Oh no,
Mhm.
we were out there. So yeah, that's where we were at anyway. But
And
no, that was
Drake Baldwin is the catcher's name.
okay.
I think he's gone.
Okay, Drake Bourne. Yeah. Like they're gonna give him a legit chance to do something. At the very least, because right now, man, Travis d'Arnaud is our starting catcher, not Sean Murphy.
Uh-huh.
He is. So you got to rectify that because Sean Murphy, man, you got a big deal. You are not producing. And next year going to be huge for him. If not, they got to move off some contracts. Again, that's another contract that could become available. You know what I'm saying? Keep Travis d'Arnaud, bring up our young guy, let him learn under Travis d'Arnaud. You know what I'm saying? Play Travis and play him every third game. You know what I'm saying? But get his feet wet. And then as he get better, slide him in there. But yeah, if Sean Murphy doesn't improve, we're gonna have to move that contract also. Like we can't have luxuries. If our best prospect positionally is a catcher, then we got to see what he has. But right now, Sean Murphy has one good first half of the season. Right now, he's been here with the Braves 2 years now. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with that. Was it just the injuries? If we come back healthy next year and start bashing the ball like he did when he came up first, then boom, everything's cool. Travis d'Arnaud moves on. We slide the new kid in there. And he comes in every third game. And by year 2, year 3, he replaces Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy. And it's
And
so
that
crazy
contract
because
is
Murphy had
money.
a career year when he first came here.
How long?
Everybody did. Everyone did.
Yeah. How long?
Stolen bases and everything. The man was stealing bases.
Yeah, I think he got a 5-year deal off the top of my dome. Off the top of the dome, I think he got a 5-year deal, a 5-year extension. So the extension started this season, I think. So if it's more than that, then that's really bad.
I know.
He signed a 6-year, $73 million contract
Dollar extension. Oh my God, and that started this year. So we got 5 more years with him.
5 more years.
So he'll be a free agent in 2030.
Yeah,
You're gonna
basically.
have to move. You're gonna have to move that. If he not like Dixon just said, I didn't know. Me personally, I didn't know the contract was that long. So
Yeah, I knew it was a lengthy contract, but I thought it was 5, not
sheesh,
6.
no,
Yeah.
fellas, no. We need the first year Sean Murphy for that.
Yeah, the first
I,
half of the season.
Yeah.
I wonder if you take Drake Baldwin and Kelnick and maybe a pitcher, low level pitcher, if you can go and get a decent starter, right? Because that's all I'm thinking. Because even with Spencer, when you get Tommy John, that's typically 18 months, right? So he's not going to start day one. He might start in June. He might start in July. He's
I was
not.
thinking after the All-Star break, to be honest.
Yeah. So
That's fair, Chris. Oh, you know this is his second Tommy John, right?
Yeah. That's another reason why I say that. I'm thinking after the
Yeah.
All-Star
So
break.
I'm not counting on Spencer to be back first thing of the season.
yeah, which means we're going to need two, right? And I don't think we have pitcher money. So get rid of Kelnick. Obviously, you're not going to sign Max Fried, but you go and trade for somebody, maybe still on their rookie deal. I don't know. Maybe they're making
What is
5-10
Kelnick gonna fetch?
You said what?
That's what I was asking him earlier, bro. I was like,
What is Kelnick gonna fetch?
and
Who is
Bryce
fetching
Elder
better?
together.
Hold on.
That just sounds like a badass sandwich.
No,
Who is gonna give up a quality starter for Jared Kelnick and Bryce Elder?
I'm not. No, I'm saying the catcher. The catcher.
And
Sean Murphy.
throw in Drake Baldwin. He said throw in Baldwin in
Ball,
too.
Drake Baldwin.
No, I'm not throwing in Baldwin.
I
I
would.
throw in Sean Murphy before I throw in Baldwin.
Because Sean Murphy
I was
called
going-
Sean Murphy is part of the reason him and Travis d'Arnaud that our pitching ERA is so low. He calls a good game, right? So you got to look at it. Even though he may not hit for anything,
True.
probably save 3 or 4 runs, which is why I'm okay with the catcher hitting 200. Now you need to be over the Mendoza line, but I'm okay with the catcher hitting 204 and 10 home runs if we got the best ERA in the league. I'll take that. I'll take that all day and twice on Sunday because you're going to save more runs.
You got to sacrifice something to get something, right?
Right.
Okay.
But for me,
okay, so Soler then.
I wouldn't trade Soler for the same reason for the same reason as why you're gonna because Acuna's not he might not be back. And think about it.
Look, if I'm plugging in anyone, I'm not putting a weak defender out there. If he's not hitting like Marcell Ozuna, I can't do that, T-Will. We're gonna disagree with that, brother.
Right.
We're gonna disagree with Soler thing. That's fine. That's fine.
We'll see.
With Sean Murphy, I agree. He does call a great game. So especially with the young pitchers that we have, I understand your reasoning on that. With Soler,
out of here, out of here, Jackson.
If I got to pay the money,
have to pick your battle. I understand what you're.
It's 17 million. T-Will. We ain't playing with monopoly money.
I know, but Fried and shit, I can't think. Charlie are walking out the door. That's 35 million right there. That's 35
but they're
million.
not gonna put it in one play. They're not gonna put it in one player.
I know.
You know that.
I know.
That's not the
Alex
Braves' way.
Anthopoulos is not gonna pay anyone over 25 million on this roster. That is the Braves' way. And we will fill other positions with that money. But we will not go out and spend 32 or 30, or Max Fried will already be signed.
Yeah, you've been yeah. I feel what you're saying, man. Man, God darn it, bro. It just don't make no sense because that's an ace. That's an ace type pitcher, right here on your clubhouse, and it just. But I get it though, fellas. I do. It's a business. It's not even personal. It's not personal at all.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not at all. All right, y'all. My eyes getting heavy.
Yeah, same here. I ain't gonna lie to
call
you.
it night, man. But thank you guys for having me on. Great Braves talk. Look, man, I can't wait for tomorrow.
We'd love
We're
to
gonna have a live stream.
We'd love to do it. And we'd love to.
I'm at the check in on the live stream while I'm at work, man.
Definitely.
Hopefully, Schwellenbach come in there, 3 scoreless. Braves hit about 3 home runs with runners on base instead of solo home runs.
Oh God!
And we win the game
1-for-9 today.
Yeah, let's win the game. Let's win the game 5-2 like we did when Schwellenbach was out there before, and get this done so Chris Sale can rest and sleep on the plane ride over there.
Amen.
You know, I don't know what time first pitch is, but since it's on the West Coast, I'm imagining it's going to be later. So, yeah. I mean,
we're glad to have you, bro. And look, you got to open.
Appreciate you, man.
No, seriously. Anytime we're talking anything on my show, you got to open invitation. I'm just putting it out. I love your content. I love your show. And you and I think a lot of except for Solaire, which is fine. Nobody agrees on anything. But you and I, we think a lot of you know.
He gave him the peace out. He gave Solaire the peace out. With love. With love.
Had to give him the same as Sosa.
He did.
Right.
He did. He gave him the Sosa 2 fingers, man. Dixon, let everybody know where they can find you, obviously, in your show. Let the folks know, man, where they can find you, where they can check you out.
Yeah, man. You guys can check us out, me and the beautiful Shonda, on the DixonWay.com, on the Dixon Way, on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Rumble, all that, X, all that, man. We just try to provide a different outlet for commentary for all our favorite sports teams. You guys don't want to listen to the regular commentators, turn down the TV, turn up the Dixon Way. Hopefully you'll find it informative and entertaining. So we try to do, man. As we march on to 5,000 now, because we just reached 4,000 subscribers. So on YouTube and 6,200 on TikTok. So we're just trying to grow it one subscriber at a time, man. So
that is that's something. Well, congratulations, bro. First and foremost.
Thank you.
That is great.
Thank you. But yeah.
Good deal. Chris, where can they find you, brother?
Hey, man. A1 Forever Sports is the platform on YouTube. Please, like, comment, subscribe, come have a conversation with us, man. Again, like I said earlier, across the 1,500, and I actually just recently seen where we've just crossed the 1,600 mark now.
Let's go.
So just taking it, one step at a time, y'all. Just one step at a time. I'm grateful for being able to, have guys like you guys, to do content with, talk sports with. It's been great for me, man. In this 2 years that I've been doing this, working on 3, and I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful for the journey. That's what it's really all about. And on Twitter and Instagram, A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok, where I drop, sports clips, videos, different things like that too, man. Come on through, man. Because we not just did, but we're across the 1,000 mark on TikTok now too. So yeah, man, just working, brother.
Now you can go live on TikTok also. So make sure you hook that up.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, once you go live, once you reach 1,000 on TikTok, I think they'll make you fill out something, and then you should be able to go live. If you got on your phone, just slide it over 2 times, and then you'll be able to go live. So yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. That's what's up. Well, hey,
make sure you get that service.
I definitely appreciate you guys. I am T. Will of One Time for the Fan, where we air shows Sunday night, Wednesday night, and Friday mornings. I'm also at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to all my One Time for the Fan folks. Shout out to all my For My ATL Sports 1 folks. And with that being said, you guys have a great night. Thank you all for joining. Thank you to the chat.
Go Braves.
Good night.
Let's go Braves and Falcons.
Let's go.
Amen.